Alrighty guys, what's going on? Ender Charizard here, and I'm bringing you an awesome new series called Minecraft. I was going to say MCPE, but technically it's the same thing. Minecraft Pocket Edition, Factions Anarchy. Now, I'm playing on a server called AnarchyMCPE.net. So the reason I called this series Anarchy Factions, or Factions Anarchy, is because it's played on a server called Anarchy MCPE.net, so I figured I would kind of try to make it sound cool and like anarchy. So that's why I added it in the name. Today's episode's gonna be like a pilot almost, or an introduction episode to what this server is. I'm not gonna actually get into anything yet. I'm not gonna be making a base yet. That'll be next episode. But today's episode is gonna be explaining the server, explaining the series, and just explaining how all this works in the world of factions. So let's dive right into it. Let's read these opening signs. Right now we're in the lobby, which is kind of cool. I like this server lobby because it has like a story behind it. So let's read. Warning: base life support is failing. Please authenticate. That was bad. Emergency protocol and head to the nearest exit. My nearest exit is this way. That guy's in the way. Library. Alright, let's head through the library. Another door here. More signs. Alright, all this chat. By the way, I cannot /mute the chat, so anything someone types, I have to see. There's no way I cannot see it. So I can't get rid of the chat. I apologize. That's not my fault. It's the server's fault. And I can't do much about it, so you're going to have to kind of deal with the chat always being there, because people just love to talk. Alright, to learn more about what to do, go to www.anarchy.com or net.net. Alright, become a patron and keep the server running. Get patron status at anarchy.bycraft.net. Patron status is basically donating, and as a patron, you will get perks like more diamonds, more money, and the ability to set home. And set home is basically a command where you set your spawn at your faction's base instead of having the spawn of the world. So if you die, you don't respawn at 0-0 of the world. You respawn at your faction base. Now, to get patron status, you have to donate to the server online, which I have not done yet, so I'm not patron status, which means I don't get all those cool perks. I'm sorry. So let's head out into the dormitory. Run down this long hallway of beds where people always sleep. I actually have never seen anyone sleep in here, so that's a lie. Armory. Let's read more signs. So many signs. Alright. Diamond gear is the best. You can now get diamonds by mining. You can get diamonds by mining deep. Beware of PvP. Also, side note, PvP is always on in the server. The only time it is off is in your own factions. So you can't hurt people in your faction. But basically, 24/7 PvP is on, and you can get killed or kill at any time. More signs. You can also get a diamond by doing /vote. Try /vote and collect your diamonds now. Alright, so let's head out into the cafeteria where the fun begins. So, this is where we start talking about the economy system in the server. So if you read the sign, click the seller sign to buy an apple. So basically, the way this server works is it has a money system. And you can sell items on this server to get money. You then use that money to buy items that aren't easily acquirable on this server. So I will admit, I have played on this server before. That's actually why one heart is missing, because health does not regenerate on the server. You have to buy food to regenerate your health. And I only played on this server for 2 days before this series, and that was a month ago in the past. But back then, I lost a heart due to stupid little glitch where I placed a block on my own head. I don't know how it's possible, but I lost a heart from the suffocation. But also, when I was on this server, I did collect money, and if we do /money, it'll show you my own money, which has a current balance of $50, as you can see it at the top of the chat. So your money, $50. So right now, we have $50. We kind of have a head start. I did clear all the items out of my inventory before starting this recording, just so I got a complete fresh start inventory-wise, but we do have some money to use, which I don't really mind, and hopefully you guys don't either. So let's see what we can buy. This was a little confusing when I first ever saw this server, because it says seller at the top. However, it means it's selling you the item. So this is a seller selling you the item. So you can get 3 apples for $5, 1 sugar cane for $5, raw beef, raw chicken, raw pork, and egg, along with all the seeds. I'm not going to read all the info because that's just boring and a lot of reading, and I don't like to read. Alright, sorry. No money? Check your balance with /money. Already did it. Ahead of the game. How to make money. You can sell stuff to make money. You can buy items to craft and sell the end products. Or you can farm, grow stuff, and sell the produce. Or you can mine and sell what you get from it. You can see who's the richest at /top money, and if you do that, which I'm not going to, it basically shows you who has the most money on the server right now. Obviously, I'm not the richest because I have $50. I'm just a little poor pleb. But that's basically what /top money does. Make friends in the server. You need them. I will try to bring some of my own friends on, but right now we're kind of like a solo player, so that's not very heartwarming. You can make a faction with your friends using /help. Members of the same faction can't hurt each other, like I already said, and you can work together to build an empire. Now, I've already made my own faction because, like I have said once or twice already, I was on this server before, a long time ago, and the only reason I'm recording it now, instead of when I was on it like a month ago, is because they recently updated it, making it a lot cooler, so I figured, why not? I'll give it a go. I'll record it. So, my faction, I'll show you here in a second, is called the Vox faction. Now, let me go into the chat. If you see people typing in chat, you see the brackets before their name, I'm just going to read them off as they go. Fire, Blue, Zoom, Blue, Fire, PKMN, or Pokemon, Fire, Mike, Pokemon, GSD. That means what faction you're in. So the brackets before your player name tells you what that player's faction is, or what faction that player's a part of. Players without brackets are factionless, or they don't have a faction yet. If I type something in chat right now, you'll see my faction in a second. So my faction is called the Vox faction. I named it the Vox faction because simply, I really like that name, and it's a spell in Final Fantasy because I'm a nerd, I'm a gaming nerd. But the reason I chose that word specifically is because your faction name can't be longer than like 5 characters, I think it is. So I chose Vox because I like the word itself. I also like the spell in Final Fantasy. It's kind of cool. It has a cool graphic, alright? And if you haven't seen my Final Fantasy series that I do on my channel, you can go check it out if you want, but it has like spells and magic, and Vox is one of them. So if I type something again in chat, you'll see the brackets pop up. So let's say YouTube for life. Nope, life. There we go. And as you'll see, Vox appears in brackets before my name. So I am part of the Vox faction. I'm the leader of the Vox faction, and I currently have no members. So we'll have to get more people joining. But before I continue on any further, let's look at some more stuff I can buy. So we already looked at some stuff over there, but here's some other quick things. So we can buy string, feathers, flowers, ink sacks, 1 piece of nether quartz for $5 each. That's a little bit of a stingy price there, but I guess if you're willing to do it and you really need it that bad, you will. And then you can also buy chain armor, which has the helmet, the chest plate, the legs, and the booties, all at different prices. And the most expensive thing you can buy is $40 at a chain chest plate. So right now I could buy a chain chest plate if I want, because I have 50. It would leave me with 10 remaining, but I'm not going to yet because I want to start from scratch, like I said. So let's quickly head over to the last part of this little server here, this lobby area. Ooh, this guy's got like iron and stuff. Dang, new swag. And this is the buying or selling, the buyer area, or selling area. So, this is where you can sell items to make money. So, how I have my $50 is when I first played on this server, I found a vein of 5 gold. I sold all 5 golden ingots at $10 a piece, which is $50. That's why I have $50 now. So basically, if you find diamonds on the server, you get $20 per diamond you sell. You get for 1 pumpkin pie, you can get I can't read because all the chat, $20. For 1 gold ingot, you get 10. For 1 cookie, you get 11.25, which I think is a little interesting. That's the only thing on the whole server that has point money you can get from it. For 1 jack-o'-lantern is 10. For 1 bread is 5. And for 1 block of lapis lazuli is $30. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, the reason I have 50 is because I got 5 gold ingots the first time I ever played on this server, and I was like, hey, let me sell it off. So before I end this episode, and before I start recording the next one, which is where we will actually do something on the factions world, let's look at the last signs. Warning, this world... That's sad. I think I'll end the episode here. But, actually, no, let's try to get on the server once more. I will try, but if it doesn't let me on, then I will end the episode here. Let's see if it's gonna find it. The server might have crashed. That's a very valid possibility. Basically, what those last signs were telling me is that the world is in danger, and to go out and basically try to rule the lands. And then it tells you how to get to the factions world. So it says /warp, and then a name. I forget what it is. It's pronounced weird. It's like Aku Wanga or whatever, but that's the name of the factions world that you play on. And it sends you to like a spawn area, and that spawn area has a spawn protection of 150 blocks. So within 150 blocks, you cannot attack anyone, nor can you break blocks and collect supplies. So basically, within the 150 block radius of 00 is all area you cannot touch or do anything in. And it has like a cool little spawn setup. It's like a building you spawn inside of, and it kind of looks like a little fortress or base. Well, kind of like it's like a fort, because it has like a roof with the nice like castle sidings and walls. But you spawn there, and then if once you run 150 blocks off of spawn, you can start breaking items, collecting supplies, and building your own base. Next episode, however, I'm going to be starting from my base position. I'm not going to be starting the episode at spawn, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run very, very far away from spawn. Because the reason I stopped playing this server a month ago is because after 2 days of playing on it, someone discovered my base that was like 800 blocks away from spawn, almost like 1,000 blocks away from spawn. They discovered it and griefed me and stole all my stuff. So, this time around, and especially since I'm recording it, I'm not going to let that happen, and I'm going to run as many thousands and thousands of blocks. I won't go that far. I probably will keep it under like 5,000 radius, but I'm going to be running very, very far away and in a location that no one will hopefully find me. And I'm not going to show where it is specifically on recording, because though I trust you guys, I don't want you griefing me. Because I know it's all in good fun, but I got a series to hold up here, okay? So basically, I'm not going to be giving you guys the coordinates to my specific location. We will start the next episode in that location, and from there we will collect our supplies and such. But hopefully this series goes well. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully you guys are too. Factions hype, like I said at the beginning, and yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next episode, and we will start our factions adventure here at this moment in time. So until next episode, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will try to as well. And until then, goodbye.